Hi there. We're continuing with the dream messages and their interpretations with the tarot. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, we have already talked about this message. Go ahead and watch it. And before we jump in, let me remind you that New Year's readings are available on my website. If you would like to support the channel, if you like what I do, and if you're interested to find out what the new year is going to bring to you, then make sure to book a reading with me. I've got it hidden in here. Let me show you. The next one will be it. So this is a message that was featured in a dream about addiction. So the message of the next one will be it is essentially explaining the nature of addictive behaviors. This was written on a cardboard sign, and someone showed it to me, and I read it, and I immediately understood that this was about addictive behaviors. So what do you think about this? The next one will be it. Think about any kind of addictive or compulsive behaviors that you have. I'm assuming that most of us, probably all of us who are here right now, we suffer from an addiction to our smartphones. This is very prevalent, very typical. And so what does this mean? The next one will be it. It's the anticipation of the reward that is truly the fuel, or rather the engine of addictive behaviors. It's not the reward itself that elicitates a motivated reaction. It's not where you can find the psychological foundations for addictive behaviors. It's the expectation of reward that is the key to understanding these types of behaviors. So it's your hopeful predisposition when you take your phone into your hand and you see that you have some notifications or whatever, or just open Instagram or whatever application, and the unspoken reality of that moment is that you're waiting for the next big thing. You're waiting for the next one that will be it. Or when you're binging a series, the next episode, that's gonna be it, and then no more. But then there's always a next one, and there's always the anticipation of that big hit. But there's always something bigger, something better. So these are just some very commonplace addictions that I've listed here, or that I've mentioned here. There are more sinister, more physically, biologically addictive things. Substance abuse, for example. But I think this message fits to that situation as well. So now I would like you to think about your addictive behaviors that we are going to see what the message is. So you might think that this is kind of a macabre or grotesque thing to talk about on Christmas, but I believe that this is probably the best time because so many people have a hard time feeling happy, feeling connected in general. And then when the holidays come around, the problem is amplified. It's even more difficult to feel at home in this world because there's this pressure of having to put on a happy face and try to make it work with your family members who you're maybe not getting along with, or what have you. There's a thousand different ways in which this time can be difficult for many of us. So if you're in that position, just know that we are here and we're all going through the same thing pretty much. So in such an environment, it's no wonder that people drink a lot. This is kind of a caricaturistic trope of Christmas time, that people get drunk, people get high, people do whatever they need to do to be able to survive the monstrosity of the celebration. Or Christmas itself, I guess, could be addictive, where if you're chasing that high of the perfect Christmas, you're treating Christmas as if it was the pinnacle of family time or of the year, and you're really trying to give it your all and have it be the next one, which will be it. And then perhaps it works out, perhaps it doesn't. So let me know in the comments how you relate to this message. And we have kind of a jumping card showing up, a very somber image. Okay, so this is the Eight of Swords. This is our jumping card. And so the Eight of Swords is about, it's the embodiment of this kind of dark and swampy energy of victimhood and martyrdom. This is a card that communicates the idea of I have no agency, I have no way of changing my situation, I have no way of avoiding any of this. So what's coming in here in relation to the message about addiction is the lack of internal locus of control, the lack of willingness to say, I'm accountable for my actions. So to all of us who are now going through this this time of perhaps battling the urge to seep into our addictive ways, whatever that might mean to you, the biggest danger seems to be surrendering the power that you have, the self-efficacy that you in reality have, and mentally surrendering it, giving it up. Okay, so what is there to do? What's something that you can do? Because there's probably a lot of things that go through my mind and your mind that are impossible to change. But then again, there are some things that you can do to improve your situation, no matter what. So let's see what the cards have to say about that. Okay, and here we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Coins. Do you need the next one is the question here. So as long as you place yourself in this position of being exposed, of being weak and vulnerable, as long as you are engaging with that idea, you're running on the assumption that something is missing. Something is missing, there's an emptiness that needs to be filled. And this is the kind of vacuum that addictive urges really like to fill. And so the 10 of Pentacles is saying, notice the ways in which you are full and complete. Notice that the next hit, however wonderful, however great it can be, because it can be, that's the tricky thing with addiction, that it can give you that sense of satisfaction, but it's unpredictable. So whether you need the risk or not, whether you need the whatever the next hit can offer you, do you really need it? So this 10 of Pentacles is reminding you that you, at this current stage, wherever you're at in your life, whatever your circumstances, you have a sense of completeness. You are full, you are complete, you are not to be complemented with anything else. You are autonomous and powerful. And so this shuts the door. The 10 of Pentacles shuts the door on the opportunities or the possibilities for these extra hits that you might feel are necessary to keep things going. Because when you recognize how much you already have, you recognize that nothing is truly missing. And these are resources. So the 10 of Pentacles stands for the resources that you already have, that you can already tap into, that are constructive and supportive. So this idea of weakness, of rootlessness, of lacking agency, it's an idea. Look at the facts of your life. Look at the actual resources that you can access and revel in them. Understand the abundance that surrounds you at this moment. This is reality. 10 of Pentacles. And you don't need anything else. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to book your New Year's reading if you want to have one. The end of the year is getting closer and closer. See you tomorrow.